Alright guys, we got a blog post that just came out. It says nothing. And in saying nothing, it kind of says something because no news here is because they dropped a bombshell on us earlier this week, and it's really cool, and we're going to get into that. And let's get started right away, starting with the actual blog. Let's rip through this real quick, nothing special. The only cool thing here is that RTA is basically gone the way of the dodo. You're going to be able to do your Blitz objectives with it instead. They're going to add a couple rewards to the new Blitz rankings. Cool. Yeah, cool. So this is going to be kind of bad for people who like RTA. It's going to decrease the amount of players in that pool, probably increase the time waiting for battles, and in doing so, increase the match discrepancy of people you get matched with. We'll see how it works out. You know, time will tell. As far as the character going in, it is going to be multiple men. Kind of a bummer. He's farmable. What I would have rather see is like a Heroes for Hire member in there, Colleen or Misty, even though we just had Misty Strike Pass, would have been fine. Or the Secret Avengers, that would have been great. But I think they're holding off on those characters for a reason, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So the Blitz is coming. We got Quake, yuck. Strafe, yuck. Super power crept character, Blitzster character. If you need those characters, I hate to tell you this, but they dropped an event that's going to make everybody blitz hard, and you're not going to get a good ranking. It's unfortunate that they do that during these times. They should save these characters for when they want to give us a blitz off, not during these events. We should have fun characters during these events that people are excited to get shards for. They're going to blitz more, makes it more interesting, but they don't like to do that. They don't want to double up on the fun time. Character availability, Captain America Sam coming to the Elite Store. Cool. He got jumped by Maria Hill, which was unfortunate. He did come out in offers before Maria Hill, but I guess they went the free-to-play measuring stick, and when people were starting to get him from the Strike Pass, that's when they decided to drop him into the Elite Store from that moment on. Cool. Yeah, good enough. Lots of bonus and flash events coming out, which is cool. Jubilee's coming, which is great. Congratulations to people getting her. Of course, she's needed for Adam Warlock. Great team, so if you can get her and get him, excellent. Have fun. They're amazing to play with. Astonishing X-Men is still like one of my top 3 teams to play with, bar none. Bar none, top 3. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the Shang-Chi character shards, opening medallions. This event's garbage. And because this event is currently happening, they're trying to sell us stuff, they're leaving stuff out. But again, we're going to get to that. It all ties in together. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes here. 2 bonus events coming, which is cool. On the 6th, we got Raid Frenzy. If you need 100% on any of the raid difficulties, it's going to be a great time to do it. Make sure you try and get that done. During this, the 20% does add up. When you have to heal extra teams, you have to buy a bunch of extra energy. It goes a long way. It's a great time to do that. Next is the Ionize. We're going to get twice as much campaign energy when you buy the energy via cores. So you do your 50 core resets to get 120, 240. It's great for experience, great for ISO farming. It's going to be good times. So take advantage of that. Next, we got Back to Boot Camp, as well as the shard farming event. On the 9th is the extra shards, and on the 10th is the actual event. Be good to get you guys up to 7 yellow stars, get those extra training modules, try and build up a bank of it before you run out. Running out feels really bad. The bottleneck on bottleneck, gold and training materials, it's kind of nice to try and get one out of the way. And finally, my favorite event, Block Party. I love those T4s. I'm always in need of them. And you know, thinking about this down the line, it's going to be great with Heroes for Hire. You're going to be able to use them instead of Defenders or Spider-Man or whatever else to do this event. Not farmable right now, so it's not going to be the case for the majority of players. But in the future, that's going to be great. So, not much was said here, because they dropped something much, much, much more interesting on us earlier this week. This is always fun. They did this also with Deathpool, Shang-Chi, Cloak and Dagger. Much more difficult to guess their silhouettes because they all have circle heads and cloaks or just a neck. So it was more difficult. These 3, it's not that big a surprise, guys. Let me move this over. Whoop. Where'd you go? Here you go. Move this over a bit. This is pretty obvious, right? I don't have to say anything. Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red. You just look at the hat. This is from the MCU. He had the extra horns. It is going to be Silver Samurai, silver background, Silver Samurai, brown background, Lady Deathstrike, red background, Omega Red. Omega Red, you could look at little top knot. I'm not breaking any NDAs here or anything like that. That's pretty obvious. But I also think it's pretty cool. So these characters, canon-wise, a couple of them could be tech. I know people are thinking like maybe this is the tech raid answer. That would be awful for Doom 1.1 because there's so many black bolts on the boss node that if he gets anyone into red, they're just going to be yeeted off like everyone else is at this point. So I don't think that's it. I think I know what this is going to be. I do think there's going to be a mix of tech and mutants here, which is good for gear-wise. And just a little fun fact, all of these characters were in the MCU. We had The Wolverine. This was Silver Samurai, kind of a letdown movie. I've only seen it once, and I've watched all the MCU movies a bunch. I guess it's not MCU, it's a Fox, but I've still seen all the X-Men movies a bunch, and I didn't really go back to watch that one at all. Next to Lady Deathstrike. She was actually in a good movie, but she was the bad character in a good movie, not the actress herself, just the story they gave her. She was a non-speaking role, which is always awful. She had a great fight scene and a really savage death, which is cool. And then Omega Red, yes, he was in the Fox world. He was in Deadpool 2, in the background of the prison scene. Really funny to see Omega Red there. As if you know Omega Red, he's such a hardcore character, and to be in like a comedic prison role, I got a kick out of that. Anyway, guys, what do these characters all have in common? Wolverine. They are all very popular enemies of Wolverine, and I'm going to include Sabretooth here because he's the obvious choice for the 5th. Yeah, obvious choice for the 5th. Now, that's not going to be a raid team. It's going to be a war team. And it lines up with what happened last year with Doc Ock. Now, I can't remember if Doc Ock was in October or September, but that was a legendary, one patch difference. It makes sense for them to release a legendary now. And they just released a crazy difficult team for us in the form of Shang-Chi and the Heroes for Hire. Here, I'll tell you what, let's go to the opening image here. I'll close all this. We'll just look at this, because this is going to be my prediction, my educated prediction. It's going to be a team to counter Heroes for Hire in War. Now, if you have any experience with Shang-Chi and Heroes for Hire in War, they are an absolute nightmare. And I'm talking like you can lose punch downs with Infinity Watch. Once you get to that 800k range, it gets insane. I had like a 4 red star Shang-Chi one-shot my 6 yellow, 5 red gear tier 15 Phi level. It's insane. So they know we're going to be freaking out about this. They're going to capitalize and sell us the solution. They always do, which is fine. It's just the way the game goes. So it's going to be Heroes for Hire against Omega Red and Weapon X. And that's going to be the 3 new characters, Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red, with Sabretooth and Wolverine. And Sabretooth and Wolverine are both pretty much homeless right now, so that makes sense. It's not going to be the same level as Gamora's rework, but it's going to be a fun rework, and it's going to be war-based because when Doc Ock was released as a legendary, he was war-based. He does work in other places, and maybe Omega Red will work in other places. I do think he's going to be the legendary choice because he's the last one. And he can kind of work with tech, so he might help out with the tech raid, but it's going to be primarily a war-based team. Now, if he is a legendary, who's going to be the unlock? Well, if you think back to Adam Warlock, I was assuming it was going to be Astonishing X-Men. Now, that would have been 4 new characters, with Beast, who is semi-new, wasn't farmable in when Astonishing X-Men first came out. But it ended up being X-Factor, the team before. Now, if you extrapolate that like time frame to now, that would be Heroes for Hire would be X-Factor, and Secret Avengers would be the Astonishing X-Men. But I don't think they're going to sell the solution to the problem when the problem unlocks the solution. Like, I don't think Heroes for Hire is going to unlock Omega Red. That's not going to be fun. It's going to feel bad, like a bittersweet for some people, and they don't want that. They want it to feel just good. And that's why I think it's going to be Secret Avengers. I think a lot of people skip Secret Avengers because they weren't being super called for. I think Heroes for Hire, like Misty's already been in the Strike Pass. People are going hard on them for War. I think more people skip Secret Avengers. And they have the 3 with Fury, so they can call it their mythic legendary again, just like Adam Warlock. And with Kestrel. Kestrel's premium. So I do think it's going to be those 3 with Fury and Kestrel. And I think there's going to be a 6th. Now, I don't know what character could possibly go with Captain Sam Falcon and Sharon Carter or S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe if we watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we can get some ideas. and that would make sense because it would, you know, it's got to be an older character. They're going to be the legendary, so they can call it a mythic legendary. The 3 new characters, the premium orb, and then a easy to farm. And the reason they're going to give us that 6th option is because the premium farm, like they did with Yo-Yo, we had the extra Quake instead of Yo-Yo, and you can kind of make it work that way. So guys, that's my prediction. War Team, Legendary, Secret Avengers unlock with Fury, Kestrel, and somebody from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Anyway, if you like this video, guys, please like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming out every day for the next, like, 4 days. I know there's been a drought. I want to not let that happen, but new baby, you know, I'm sorry, guys, it happens. But yeah, take care, have fun, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Peace.